back again. I'm filming on the same day, so excuse me, I'm wearing the same thing. You might have noticed in my previous video, but I kind of wanted to do a little review, or just rather first impressions of one of the new mineral makeup that I've been trying on. And I actually found out about this foundation based off someone else's channel. She does cruelty free vegan beauty products, and so I find a lot of new beauty products that I never would have tried out myself through her channel, because that's like her little niche, that's what she does. And so I'll leave a link to her channel below, but it's called the Joppa Mineral foundation, and it's a full coverage foundation, and it says it's for normal to oily skin, but I have normal to dry skin, but it seems to be working perfectly for me. I use my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush for it, and I find that this works really well for it, better than the Amazonian Clay Baby Kabuki brush that I usually use with my Amazonian Clay Airbrush foundation. This tends to work a little better at that, and I know it's really dirty right now, but the color I chose initially, it was really confusing on the website, just because some of the descriptions were saying like for the fairest of skins, for the lightest skins with red undertones and yellow undertones, and the pictures don't really give it justice to what the colors are. So I figured it's so cheap. I think like each little sample jar is about this size, and it's about $3 for a sample jar, and you really only need a little bit to give you a full coverage foundation. So right now I have this all over my face. I know I look a little odd. It's actually the first time I'm filming after my LASIK surgery, so I don't have any eye makeup on right now. I didn't even curl my eyelashes because I didn't want to put anything near my eyes. So it's a little bit darker around here, but as far as my face, I have this on a little bit down my neck. I don't have any concealer on, and I have actually a lot of little breakouts here, so I think it's done a pretty good job of hiding those. I feel like I get a really good coverage of this. I don't want to have like super flawless skin kind of makeup, because I feel like it just looks really caked up throughout the day, but this one I feel like I really like it. I think I might even actually like it better than my Tarte Amazonian Clay Airbrush foundation, just because I don't know, I just feel like it doesn't settle into my dry patches as much. It's actually creamier, and the color match is a little better. So I'm going to talk about the colors right now. I got this full jar that I got was about, I think, $13, and it's the lightest one, and I have two samples. This one was the lightest 2, and then I got one that said Fair 1. And so as you can tell already by the title of the names, they're so confusing. There's lightest 1, lightest 2, Fair 1, Fair 2, and they're all a little bit different. So I had picked up the lightest one in the full jar because it said it was for the fairest of skin, and it's a really good mix between red and yellow undertones. But when I tried it on, it was so pink on me, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is like not the right color for me, which is really strange, because I feel like when you go to drugstore foundations, or even high-end foundations for me, I'm usually the lightest shade, but the second to lightest shade is always a little too orange for me, and so I picked kind of the lighter shades in the Joppa Minerals, but it was too pink. It wasn't orange. You're not gonna get that orange Oompa Loompa look, but it's gonna be pink. So if you are more yellow undertone, maybe that'll counteract that, but I'm kind of pink in general, so I was just freaking out because I looked really, really pink. So what I did actually, and the fairest 1 was also really pink, just not as like baby doll pink. It was just more like a pinkish peach pink, I guess. So, but it was the wrong skin tone. Like, you could tell it was not a right fit for me right when I just started applying. I literally dabbed it, swirled it, and I started putting like this, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is the wrong color. So what I did was I dumped most of the lightest one. I left a little bit, just a little layer on the bottom of it, and then I added a tiny bit of the fairest one, but really the fairest one wasn't the right color for me at all, so I pretty much almost threw that one away. And then I figured out that the lightest 2, which was supposed to be for like yellow undertones, so it's like the palest palest of skin, so I think that's what they call it, with yellow undertones. That one was actually the perfect match for me. But I didn't want to waste the lightest one because it did, you know, it's not the right tone, but it was still really pale, and I felt like I could make it work. And so I mixed this one into this jar here. So I opened the jar and I, you know, mixed it. I took out the sifter part on top here, and then I, you know, put it away. So I mixed it, and I think that's been working pretty well. And it is a little pink still, so I think if I were to purchase it again, I'd definitely get the lightest too, just a full-size jar, and that's it. But I mean, I was fine getting the little samples because it was my first time ordering, and I'm ordering online, and it was relatively inexpensive, so I felt like it was worth it to just get the little sample ones. And I definitely recommend, if you are going to try this foundation out, that you don't buy any of those full sizes, but buy a bunch of the little smaller ones and then see which one works. Mix and match, you know, what you think is going to work for you, because this foundation will go a really, really long time. You really only need the tiniest of sprinkles to kind of cover most of your blemishes. I was so shocked because usually to get this amount of coverage in my skin right now, I kind of have to go over it a lot, at least, like I think I've said in my Tarte review, I usually have to buff it into my skin for at least a good like 10 minutes. This one, with this tiny brush, I can go for, it literally takes me maybe like 3 minutes to get a full coverage foundation on my face, and it's been really amazing. Like, I don't get, my pores don't look enlarged, all my dry patches, you know, they don't stand out. It covers pretty much all of my redness, even broken skin, it seems to glide over that really well as well. The only thing is that I do find by the end of the day, probably after like an 8-hour, 9-hour work day, is that around my nose I do tend to see some of the foundation settle in there. But really all I have to do is just do this a little bit, dab, 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 and then it's fine, it's good to go again. So I really like it because I feel like a lot of mineral foundation, by the end of the day, it gets really almost cakey looking, like oily, cakey looking, and settles into lines, and it's really hard to touch up. I feel like even if I try to buff over it again, like if I'm going out that night and I don't have time to do, you know, wash my face and put makeup all over again, it's kind of hard to just go over it again. So, but this one, I've worn it all day, came home, looked at myself in the mirror, felt like it was fine, but maybe I'll add a little bit, you know, just a little bit more to cover some of the blemishes again. And I can do that. It looks fine. It doesn't look caked up at all. So I really, really like it. I think it's definitely beating my Amazonian one as far as the quality goes and as far as the coverage. And it's really great because I'm surprised that it's for normal to oily skin, because I have dry skin and it's been working beautifully for me. So definitely recommend it. I'll leave a link to the website below. I know that if you're a new customer and you use my referral link, kind of like Birchbox, where, you know, if you buy something, you refer your friends, you get points, I get points, that kind of thing. I think you get like $10 off a $20 order or something like that, and I think mine with the full size and the 2 samples was about $20. But I did this on the phone, on my phone when I was ordering, and I had used someone else's referral link to purchase it, and I'm a new customer, but I didn't get that $10 because it was saying that I wasn't a new customer or something like that. It was really weird. So I would definitely, if you're going to purchase it, if you like the coverage that this is giving, purchase it on your computer. I would add everything to your cart first and then sign up, because I signed up first and then I added stuff into my cart. So I don't know, I think that might have, I don't know, something happened with there and I didn't get the points. I don't mind too much anyway. I really just wanted to get the foundation to try it out. So but that's what I recommend. If you're gonna buy it, definitely do it through your computer if you want to use someone's referral link and it's your first time purchasing. I think that's it. Like I said, I'll give a link to the Cruelty Free Vegan Beauty channel down below. Check that out because she does like a full demo of it with no makeup on, and then she puts it all on, and you can really see how it covers like her skin so beautifully. So, and you can also see that for her, she kind of had the wrong tone too as well. It was a little pink, so that kind of gives you a better idea of what I mean when I say it's gonna look pink, because it doesn't look orange, but it definitely, I think a lot of their powders, at least the fair one, I think that's the one that she was using, have a really strong pink undertone. So it's very weird. So but I'll leave I'll leave a link to her channel below so you can see the coverage that it gives. And I mean, hopefully you can see that my skin is not perfect. That's not kind of what I wanted any foundation really to do, and I like that this is just foundation and no concealer, because that's really good coverage for me right there. So yeah, so that's it. That's kind of my first impressions, my mini review. I've been using it for maybe about 2 weeks now, but I've been in love, and I haven't even reached for my full coverage like liquid foundation at all, and that's really rare for me because I have dry skin. So that's how much I've been really loving this. So thumbs up, yay. Okay, so anyways, let me know if you have tried it, or if you're planning on trying it, or if you know of any other mineral foundation that is really full coverage and that you've been loving. So thank you for watching. I hope you liked this video. Please subscribe to my channel for more, and feel free to leave a comment and let me know what other kind of videos you'd like to see. Alright, until next time, bye.